Welcome to my ugly hour where we walk through fear out loud. This podcast isn't about being polished. It's about being powerful in your presence. It's about showing up raw, real, and honest. No filters, no perfection, just truth. Your truth. Today's episode is one of that comes from deep in my body, one that holds fire and grief and anger and so much love. That's something I have been wanting to share and talk about for a very long time, and today something just sparked in me as I planned completely different share from my episode 2, and this I just came to me like something I wanted to share, and I have to share now. So we're going to talk about women's worth, our value, our aging bodies, our self-image, and how all of that has been distorted, deformed, and diminished. Not because we chose it, but because we inherited it from other mothers, ancestors, and through as we were growing up. Let's start with the phrase that most of us have heard, maybe used. She let herself go. What does that mean? What does it even mean? And why do we say it like it's a curse, like it's a bad thing? So there are two numbers that have haunted women for a very long time, too long, for decades. First number is age, and then second one is weight. And both carry the same message. The bigger the number, the less you matter. The bigger the number, the less you're worth. Your value decreases with every pound and every year. Isn't that crazy? It's this unspoken rule that has shaped our lives, from what we wear, how we date, to how we show up in a room. If you gain weight, you are lazy. If you age, you are expired. And so we shrink ourselves, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. And we try to disappear while still being desirable. Women have been expected to stay small, literally and figuratively. Be quiet. Be agreeable, be pleasant, be pretty, be youthful, be thin. And if you step outside of that, if you take up more space, look your age, speak your truth, or wear your messy hair in the public, then you let yourself go. And you know what? I want to flip that. Maybe the woman who lets herself go is actually the woman who is finally free. A woman who lets herself be and live however she wants. Now, let's be real. Most of the time when someone says a woman let herself go, what they really mean is she doesn't appeal to my taste. Her appearance doesn't meet your expectations, and that begs the question, who the fuck made you your taste the standard? Why in the world do you think that your taste is the taste and that everyone has to meet it? Why does a woman have to meet your standards to feel worthy? Why can't she wear sweatpants and ponytail and call it funky, sexy, relaxed, and playful? Why is that only acceptable for her to be in public once she's polished, painted, styled, shaved, and pretty, and appealing, and beautiful, and radiant? Since when did a woman need permission to be seen as she is, as she woke up? This isn't about letting go. This is about letting yourself be without the constant need to impress, appeal, or perform. Okay, what about the roots of toxic belief system? This toxic beauty myths, beauty system. This didn't start with us. This obsession with looking perfect, staying young, staying small, it's been created, engineered. It's so ugly. And I don't know why I just use my ugly word, because that's the best word ever. But I'm using ugly as it just not right. It was created by industries, by cultures, by centuries of control. From corsets to fat-burning creams, from wrinkle-free promises to airbrushed perfection, the beauty industry profits from our shame. They don't just sell us products, they sell us the belief that we are not enough, not thin enough, not young enough. I have another question about your body, especially women. When was the last time you looked at your body with gratitude and honor? No judgment, no disappointment, but this deep, full body admiration and just wow. I've worked in the health and fitness industry for almost 20 years, and I've heard everything. And so many women talk about their bodies like that there are problems to fix instead of miracles, temples to cherish. I'm inviting you to do this. You can do it right now or not, or just whatever you're doing, sitting, if you're driving, don't do it. Lay down and close your eyes. And imagine you can't move. You've lost all your mobility. Would you still worry about that little belly fat, your cellulite, your thighs rubbing together? Or would you give anything just to walk again, to feel, to breathe, to dance, to run, to hug a loved one, to hug yourself? Your body is a gift. It moves you through life, and it keeps showing up for you even when you trash talk it. That belly you hate, that skin you hide. It has carried you through so long, through every season, through every phase in your life. Let that sink in. One of the things that sparked for me to share this subject is I had an elder woman come up to me and show me her skin and ask me if I have any remedies for her skin, because it's not even, it's blotchy, and has some age marks and some wrinkles. And she said she feels embarrassed that her skin is not smooth and beautiful. And she shared that she always wants to cover up and hide. It absolutely broke my heart, because that's not how I see her. I see her as this incredible, loving, powerful, tender, and so deeply caring woman. I don't see her as this thing, this body that has to look certain way, that looks certain way. It's aging should be a badge of honor, not a source of shame. You've lived, you've loved, you've survived. And it shows. And it's so amazing. Why do we keep pretending and want to look like we're 25 when we've earned the face, the skin, the marks that tell the story of our full life, of our full radiant life, of our full hardworking, adventurous life, however you spend your life? This anti-aging culture is so toxic. It sells us the idea that growing older is a disease, something wrong with us, something we need to fight, rather than a sacred, inevitable journey. And let's not even get started on gray hair. Geez, God forbid a woman shows sign of time. Why do we keep chasing youth like our value expires with each birthday? I'm going to repeat that again. Why do we keep chasing youth like our value expires with each birthday? Going back to looks and how we see ourselves. I grew up hearing my mother criticize herself constantly, all the time. I've never ever heard my mom look in a mirror and give herself a compliment, or don't even say a comment, or not make a ugly face, like she's looking at something deformed, like she's looking at a monster. Every time she looked in the mirror, it was like, oh my God, I look terrible. Oh my God, what is this? And I didn't realize how much that impacted me until that was mommy duty calling, and I'm back. That's one of the parts where I embraced that I'm not looking for a perfect moment to record my podcast, not a perfect timing. It's whenever it comes through me, I am committed to record then, because I feel like that's when I'm most passionate, and it's most authentic. And I am a single mom, and I limited myself that I told that I have to record podcast only when my child is not around, because of possibility of her coming to interrupt me, and I'm going to lose my thoughts, or the podcast is going to maybe sound choppy, or whatever the story and limitations I created in my head, I'm throwing that out. So I'm embracing. My child came in. She had a balloon in her hand. She wanted me to tie it, and I paused the podcast and helped her, and I'm back on here. So I was sharing that I didn't realize how much watching my mom talking negative about herself impacted me until I was older. I grew up with really low self-esteem, and one of my episodes I will share my story growing up, how I was bullied and how I did not realize that someone liked me, boys liked me, because I had such a low self-worth. And I also battled bulimia for a decade. And I know all the stories that you have about how you should look, how you should present yourself, how your body should look. And I know that. I experienced that. And it took me a lot of work and time and awareness. And as those messages still come, I just don't allow them to take over. I hear them, I honor them, and I create the story or reality that I want. So now I'll look at myself with love and admiration, with gratitude, because I want to model something different to my daughter. She was my catalyst for tremendous growth as a woman, as a mother, as a partner, as a leader, because she watches me She observes me and she's learning from how I live and what I do and how I am being, not what I'm saying. She watches me give myself compliments out loud. I give myself compliments out loud. She hears it. She sees me. She sees me how I look at myself in the mirror with adoration and love. She watches me celebrate my body, how I look and how I feel. And you know what? She does that too, and I absolutely love it and adore it. I can see how she stands in the mirror with some cute outfit she puts together, and she strikes a pose and she dances. This sassy little girl. And this is so fascinating. And she asks me and says, "Mommy, look how beautiful I am." And she is, yes. And, that's the cycle I want to continue. That's the legacy I want to leave. That is so important to me, to inspire women and girls to take up space, use their voice, use their truth, be themselves. How they want to, not because someone told them how they need to be. Here's something to ask yourself. When you see a woman giving herself compliments in the mirror, maybe even talking to herself out loud, what's your first reaction? Do you feel judgment? Do you call it arrogance? Do you call it, now it's such a popular word, narcissist, self-absorbed, whatever words you use? Or are you just witnessing someone do something you were taught not to do, that is not okay? We need to stop calling confidence a threat. Stop calling self-love vain. Stop pretending that modesty equals worth. You are allowed to look in a mirror and say, "I am amazing. I look amazing. I am powerful. I am so hot. I am so sexy. I love what I see. I love who I am." You are allowed to like yourself, to love yourself, to admire yourself. And if that makes other people uncomfortable, let them sit in their own shame. That is not yours to carry. This episode, this subject is so deeply personal one to me, to my heart. And if it stirred something in you, good. That means there's something alive in you ready to be seen, to be unshamed, and to be owned. That is what My Ugly Hour is about. Walking through fear out loud. Not needing to be polished to be powerful. Just showing up real and raw and just be ready to reclaim who you are, your truth, your value, your self-love, and be confident about it and loud about it. And if you're a woman who is done hiding, done shrinking, done believing you need to fix yourself before you can live fully, then my Own Your Ugly coaching is for you. My coaching program is called Own Your Ugly. It's where you and me stop apologizing, where we reclaim our bodies, our voice, our truth, us. And we finally get to know and show up in this world without any filters. And I will leave you with this question. Where have you been told to shrink, to be quiet? And what parts of you is ready to expand and grow and open up and speak up? Until next time, stay real, stay loud, stay messy, stay ugly.